Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite mother of three, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is a members only content, another journal entry. I have been reading my journal, like my actual page journal to you guys. I have not brought anything to you from 2021, 2022. So I figured why not dip into my 2021 bag, which was essentially the end of the marriage, you know, before the actual end. It was the leading up to. And so this entry is from December 8th, 2021 at 12:18 a.m. and it's in my phone. And it is titled, "He Strikes Again." It's these little instances that really trigger me and send me into rage. I don't know why he does this. I feel tormented. I do. It's the only way to describe this. Chucky, it does not say Chucky here, obviously, takes the car to work 5 days a week. On his 2 days off, I have to do grocery shopping or other errands. I plan my week around his days off. He is fully aware that this is the case. It is important to know ahead of time when these days are. For whatever reason, when his days off switch, he does not choose to share this information with me. It is inconsiderate. Tonight, I noticed he was staying up later than usual as he told me he was working days all week. This means like 7 to 4, so 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Not once did he say that his off days would not be Saturday and Sunday. Last week, his off day switched to Tuesday, and again, he thought it would be funny to not tell me until nighttime at damn near 12 a.m. If you're not following, this matters because I run my errands on his days off. I do, which I already stated, but you might have missed it. So I run my errands on his days off. If he does not inform me that his days off is switched, that means my whole entire schedule is messed up. So that's why this was annoying, because it was every single time the off days would switch, he wouldn't say anything. His words were, "I was just gonna wait for the morning when you asked me why I was still home." Childish! That's what it says here. I didn't even get angry that day, but I expressed to him how I hate that ish. Anyway, back to tonight. He was playing his game and not going to bed. Twice I said something to him because I thought he had work early. Like I thought he had work at 7 o'clock in the morning. The first time I suggested he go to bed, he wasn't ready. The second time I said something, like an hour and a half later, around 10:45, he said, "I'm playing my game." He knew I was asking because I thought he had work tomorrow. Yet instead of saying, "I'm off tomorrow," he said, "I'm playing my game." WTF is that? So fast forward, I'm trying to fall asleep and he's up talking about have some pizza with me. Girl, he could have choked on that damn pizza. I was so mad. It's well after 11, almost 12 a.m. So I say, "When are you off?" And then he goes, "Tomorrow." WTF. Obviously, I'm frustrated now, so I begin to press him, like, why do you do that when you know it upsets me? I'm crying now because I don't understand why anyone would purposely try to upset someone else. Like, he's constantly doing stuff he knows will irk me. And it's unprovoked. Then he has the nerve to try to get loud with me, telling me to shut the fuck up. And calling me the psychopath when literally he did something to upset me. You hear the gaslight? Do you hear the gaslight? And this is before I started therapy. This is one of the reasons I started therapy, because I was always being gaslit and not knowing that I'm being gaslit, or I would call out the gaslight, but it didn't matter. It's like never ending deception with him. I hate this shit. I need to be freed now, like yesterday. I need out now.
Especially get the keys.
Exclamation point *4, okay? And it's all in capitals. I am losing my damn mind staying with this asshole. Again, asshole in capitals. I need out. This whole entire next sentence is in capital letters. I need out. God, please help me. And there's about 8 exclamation points here. Actually, I think it's 9. I need, again, capital letters, I need to get out of this marriage, period. I cannot deal anymore, period. It should have been me storming out of the room, but it was him. That demon can't stand to face the truth. I asked him a very plain question. Why didn't you say you were off work when I was suggesting you should go to bed? Why did you say you're playing your game? What was the reason?
What was the reason?
Why are you mad that I'm calling you on your shit? Now I'm here pissed the hell off because this is who I made a life with? Question mark, exclamation point times 5. And this whole entire section is also in capital letters. So, you know, I'm very passionate here. Like, look. Oh my God, please, capital letters, save me, Lord. I'm literally begging God to save me. I'm going to kill him if I don't get out of here. Enough is capital enough, period. And that's how it ended. And that was the God's honest truth. So there's a bunch of notes in my phone that are locked because he was around at the time, and I would write these things in my phone and lock them with a password so that if he did go through my phone, because that has happened before, that he wouldn't be able to access these notes because he ain't about to screenshot these and send them to himself, and then I'm getting locked up because I said I was gonna kill him and this man is dead. And that's what I wanted to touch on because there were so many times in the relationship, towards the end of it especially, where my head started to go to these extremely dark places where I was like, it's gonna be me or him. And my thoughts became so toxic, I knew I had to get out. Because if you are envisioning bad stuff happening to the person, if you're envisioning yourself doing bad stuff to the person, I'm like thinking, okay, I'm gonna wait till this man falls asleep and I'm gonna harm him, because I was losing my effing mind, like literally. And so I didn't even know that I had written this. I actually came across it this morning because I was looking for a note in my phone for a different video, and I realized all those notes are in my other phone. They didn't come over with iCloud. I didn't use iCloud when I set this phone up. So I ended up coming across that note. Well, actually, I guess some of the notes came across and others didn't, because the notes that I was looking for were not in this phone, but that one is in this phone. I don't know, maybe because it's a lock note, it came over, but it's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, I didn't even know I wrote that. Like, I literally wrote, I'm going to kill him. And girl, I don't know if I would have ever had the strength to do that, but I always was feeling like I did, because I was being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed to that point. And I ain't a killer, but don't push me. But when you find that you're in that toxic place because whoever you're dealing with is being so problematic on a day-to-day basis, and you don't, like, you're feeling stuck because you're like, okay, well, this is my baby daddy, this is my husband, this is my best friend, whoever the hell it is. But usually whoever your partner is, you know, that's really when you need to start checking yourself and being like, okay, I can't do this anymore because I know who I am as a person. I have children. I can't be killing people. I'm sorry. Literally, I can't be killing people. Like, what? But I'm seeing red because I'm so nice. I'm so quiet. I'm so, you know, communicative. You know, I talk and I expect to get spoken back to, but that's not what was happening. And so it was frustrating because I'm trying to deal with my marriage, I'm trying to deal with my spouse, I'm trying to deal with my children, all these things. And realistically, that's why I kind of look at my kids as my guardian angels, because they are the reason I didn't take one route and took another route. They're the reason I said, you know what, it's time to walk away, versus I'm gonna kill this man. Because I am losing my mind. Because had I not had children and these things were going on, I wouldn't have had a reason to stay sane. I wouldn't have, my kids literally saved my life because they were always in the forefront. They weren't even in the back of my mind. They were always in the forefront of my mind to kind of guide me and protect me, you know. It's that little whisper from God to say, think about them before you do something stupid. Think about them. It's always thinking about my kids and advocating for my kids, why I'm still here and able to share these things with you. But this is how bad my relationship had gotten. This is how dark it got and scary it got. And I was in such a terrible place emotionally and mentally. I was taxed, okay? I was taxed and ready to tap out. You know, I was so done with everything and everyone and tired of being hurt and tired of, you know, not being heard. And so I want to share this with you guys and let you guys know you are not alone, because every time I drop one of these stories, every time I drop one of these journal entries, y'all is like, oh my God, this is me. I needed this today. I don't know who needs to hear this today, but he ain't worth it. Okay, she ain't worth it. I don't know if you a girl or a guy, whoever you're in a relationship with, ain't worth it. Okay, they're not worth ruining your life over. Pick yourself up and remove yourself from the situation if the person will not leave you alone. And it's okay to do that. And don't worry about the money. Don't worry about, I literally had no idea how I was going to care for my kids, and I had no idea how I was going to do anything on my own. I was scared. I was so scared. I was terrified, but I said, I cannot think like this. I don't have any more space in my brain to handle what the devil that I'm sleeping with is throwing at me. I don't have the space for it anymore. So I have to go. I have to run. I got to go. I got to protect my kids. I got to protect my peace. I have to run. And so my kids saved my life, and they saved their father's life as well. Like, let's be very clear, because I could not deal anymore. I was so tired and drained that I'm not thinking straight. And December 8th was really one of the turning points. I feel like I had so many turning points I haven't even touched on yet. But December 8th, whenever I wrote this journal entry, was one of the turning points in my life and in the marriage, to where I decided that I'm not taking any more of the abuse, not even fully aware or cognizant that I am in an abusive relationship, because this happened and I didn't start therapy until February 25th. So much between December and February, a lot had happened prior to me putting my foot down, learning about abuse, learning that I'm in an abusive situation, and finally having the strength to pick myself up and go, pick my kids up and go, even though I didn't really pick, we stayed. But you know what I'm trying to say. And so I'm right there with you. I support you. And I want you to not walk in fear. I want you to walk in faith. I was walking in faith. All I had was God. Okay. At this time, all I had was God. And I'm glad that I had God, because that was my saving grace as well. Me begging God to free me, that's not a joke. Like, praying is not a joke. I was asking God, just like Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, take this cup from me, Lord. It's too much. Take this cup from me. I don't want it. Okay? I'm gonna poke a hole in the bottom of this cup, because my cup never had a hole in the bottom. That's one thing about me. My cup never had a hole in the bottom of it. But I wanted to poke a hole in the bottom of it because it was too full. And when you are in a relationship and you're pretty much asking, begging, pleading for the person to leave, and they're not wanting to go, you realize, well, it's going to be me or him. Because if he don't want to leave, I'm going to have to make him leave. And then it's going to get even nastier and scarier for me. But I'm going to deal with that when I get there, you know? But this situation, I know it may seem minuscule, and you might hear the journal entry and be like, why was she so angry at this? Because it was constant. And it was happening so often and frequently, and there was just no care there, no reciprocity. It was being drained because it was really simple. It's a really simple task to let me know he's gonna be off work so that I could structure my week properly, because he knows he made the schedule. And so he knows his schedule way ahead of time and will wait until the last second to let me know it's gonna change, because he's made it up in his head that I'm gonna give him problems about it when all I want is communication. You know what I mean? All I want is to be told. I'm gonna be off on Tuesday instead of Saturday, so keep that in mind, because you need to go grocery shopping on that day, or you have errands to run it has to be done on Tuesday, you know? So it's just about fairness for me, and I wasn't getting that, obviously. So I was enraged, I was mad, and then I get yelled at because I'm asking the questions that need answers, like, why didn't you just say you don't have work tomorrow? That's why you're not going to bed. Because obviously, if I'm always up late, right? But if I see that you're working 7 o'clock in the morning and he gets up at 5 to go to work for 7, why would he be up at 10 o'clock at night and trying to order pizza at 12 a.m.? Who is eating pizza at 12 a.m.? I don't eat carbs, sir. I'm not eating no pizza with you at 12 a.m. Like, so I'm like, he liked to play this game with me where I hope she figures it out, like figure out that I'm going to be home tomorrow. And also, I needed the mental preparation for him to be in the home. So that was the other side of needing to know when he's going to be off, so I can mentally prepare that I have to deal with whatever demon was using him that week to be in the home with me and the children and my mom. And how do we navigate that? So at this point in my life story, Tasmanian had left about 2 months prior. She had left in October. It was December. And I was dealing with a lot of tomfoolery. So, you know, it was an emotional time, but never, ever, 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 ever let yourself be taken out of yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, because someone else is provoking that. Never let it happen. I love you all so, so much. I gotta go pick up Say. And yeah, I will definitely see you in the next one.